Hi everyone, my name is Miss Rambling Rose. I am an art teacher and aspiring guidance counselor, art therapist, definitely in the mental health realm, definitely here to support the children and all beings on our path to nonviolence and mental health and taking care of yourself and caring about other people and the planet. So with that said, I am getting into the category of anti-bullying because bullying is very serious and you don't really think as an adult it's that big of a deal because on our path we've learned to kind of brush things off, continue our day, not take it personally, and not let words hurt us. But you got to remember that when you're a child, you're more pure. You believe the things that adults or children say and you take that as your identity, and you don't really know the difference because your brain's still developing and you're really just getting to know who you are as a new being in this world. So it's very important to have a strong mental mind. And with knowing and expressing our angers, our fears, our insecurities, we can get to know ourselves deeper through art projects and simply talking about it with your classmates or an adult. And that's what the type of space containers I like to create is, a sanctuary for children to express themselves, answer questions, ask questions, and just be a buddy, not a bully. So I'm all about peace and love. But I understand that we do not always feel peace and love within us. Sometimes we feel rage, anger, insecurities, jealousy. We feel betrayed. These are like normal human emotions that we all experience. But in our public school systems, are we really taught how to channel that energy and use it for the highest good of all? Are we really taught how to inspire others or ourselves, empower ourselves through art, through creating? And, I really feel the world's changing and we're learning how to do this. But I just would like to share with y'all today a art project that we did today. So we got a very large piece of paper. It was actually like a roll of paper, and a student would volunteer in the classroom to lay on this paper, on top of this paper on the ground, and two children would trace the outer edge of the human body. So then you would get like a silhouette like this, like a giant human, right? We cut out the human together as a class, and then we hang the human on the wall. And the first part of this lesson is being a bully, because we have been bullies in our lives, whether we'd like to admit it or not. I'm sure there has been a time in your life where you felt hurt and maybe you were not as emotionally stable or developed as you are now as an adult, but maybe you felt so hurt that someone was mean to you that you were just mean back at them, or you wanted to show them how much that they hurt you. You wanted to give the same hurt to them back. And the issue with this is that nothing gets resolved. There's no solutions. There's no progressing. It's kind of making the world a worse place to be because you're sending out that ripple effect of hurt, pain, suffering. I wish you bad. I wish you bad. And you're not solving anything. You're just adding more hurt and pain to that bully that probably already feels that on a daily basis. And that's why they're bullying you. So it's very important to do as much good as you can. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first part of this was just being a bully. So I've had them think of a time in their life where someone said something really hurtful for them and it stuck with them. They always kind of remember. For an example, this girl was told that every time that she sung a song, her voice sounded like a dying rat. And so someone wrote, "Your brain is ugly, smugly, and especially crusty." And he wrote that on the head. We smeared clay on here. We scribbled. We rattled this up, squished it up. We kind of ripped it, stomped on it. You are stupid. These are verbal bullying that happens a lot. angry faces, you're a failure. You know, these children know all of these negative comments and emotions because they've heard them before, whether it be on television or maybe their parents say it to them. Who knows? Anybody can be a bully. It can be a girl, a boy, an adult. It can be a teacher. It can be your own family that bullies you. So it's really good to break the cycle and keep striving to be a better person and not feel belittled by the pain and suffering that you have felt. You don't need to carry that into your adulthood. You don't need to constantly think that you're not good enough. So this is another example of another person, and it's important we name them. So we have Bob the Mermaid. We made sure not to make it specified to any particular student in the class. So after when we ripped them apart and we wrote mean things to this once beautiful, crisp, blank canvas, this was all white, just a perfect outline. And then they came and bullied it and left a mess and was violent. And this once beautiful, pure being has so much like toxic energy that they're carrying. And we tried our best to repair what we once hurt. And a bully can say, I'm sorry. Or maybe a bully gets in trouble by a teacher and they say, the teacher's like, go say I'm sorry to him because you hurt his feelings. You better do that. And they say, I'm sorry, but it really means nothing because they've hurt you so much on the inside. A simple sorry is like putting a Band-Aid over it. It's like, I guess that's kind of nice, but if this continues, it's still the cycle, right? So we got to learn and use our intelligence to think of ways in which we can be a good friend. Caring, right? So you are nice. Could you sit with me? Like, you want to sit with me? You could simply say hello to someone, smile, be friendly. If you notice someone's left out, you can ask them if they want to like eat lunch with you. You're the best. You're the best. Instead of saying I hate you, I love you. They crossed out the bad words. All right, now let's look at the other one. Okay, this was kind of like by the older students. They really got into it. One arm eventually fell off. So they did repair this one and kind of bedazzled it up. One girl said, oh, this is a glow up. And, you know, we put hearts. We decked them out. We even gave them a manicure. They went all out. They said, I'm sorry. What else did they put? Pat on the head. Be happy. You know, you can give people presents. You can share with people. Share food is written on here. They even went so far to do like a dangling heart. Yeah, so basically what I really wanted to share with this art is that you can feel so broken on the inside by all of the words that people have told you. You know, you're not good enough, you're ugly, you're so shy, why are you so shy? But just knowing that you weren't born with all of these bruises and scrapes and these words that are on the inside, you can rise above that. And, you know, people can try to help people out. They can remember all the good things that happened in life, but they'll always remember the really difficult moments that also happened in life. And even though we try to fix what we damage, we're still going to carry that damage. So this is way more serious than people think, name calling, that they can take this into their adulthood. And it really hurts. It's very serious. Some people lose their life over it. Some people are very, very damaged, and it's really hard for them to ask for help. So what we want to promote here is to be a buddy, not a bully. You don't have to be someone's best friend or like super close, but we're classmates and we share this earth together. The least we can do, even if we disagree, is not be against each other versus war, create more chaos. Just exist. Let people be. As long as they're not hurting anybody, no one's throwing scissors at each other, causing violence. And it's good to know what bullying is. There's cyberbullying, there's physical violence, and there's emotional violence, like verbal bullying. So doing our best as adults to promote peace, love, taking responsibility, saying I'm sorry when you mess up, because we're not perfect. Some of us are bullies. Some of us don't know how to control our anger till this day. Children should always be able to feel safe, respected, their feelings are honored, and they should feel safe enough to talk to an adult at a school. Like this should be their sanctuaries, you know? And if they come to a classroom feeling bullied or not looking forward to it because they know they're gonna get name called, it's better to say something, stand up for the bully or the victims when they can't stand up for themselves. Don't be a bystander. Do something, help out, lend a hand. And don't give the bullies the satisfaction of your reaction. And another thing I like to just say is, you know, bullies can be anybody. And bullies are not bad people. We don't have to say, oh, they're so bad, because we all have the power to change. Bullies are not bad, but their actions, the way they talk to people is bad. Like, it's not good, you know? It's not a good action, but just because you've messed up in your life doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just because you've done something that you're really not proud of, wasn't your best moment, you really feel bad every time you think about, like, wow, I've done that to someone or a person or an animal, I abuse someone. You know, you have the power to change and be a better person. I feel everyone has the power to change. So bullies are not bad. We just carry really bad behavior, and we can all do better together. And classrooms, like the art class, should always be like in a sanctuary. That's my goal to create. It's like a therapeutic, like, let's vibe out, listen to good music. Just, this is our time to unwind, maybe learn something new, develop a different skill. Develop our confidence even further because we learned something new. We're amazed that we created something that we never thought we would. So we got to start somewhere, and I feel talking about it to our children, doing these activities so they can get the visual representation, asking questions, having them think. This is a great way to start incorporating more peace and love into our classrooms. So maybe try this out with your children or in your classroom. You don't have to be an art teacher to share this. So yeah, more videos like this coming to you soon. All right, much love, peace.